Tottenham 2, Burnley 1. We return to winning ways after, what is it, 4 games that we had lost or hadn't picked up any wins. We return to winning ways today. Guys, I don't know what to say really. Listen, Burnley were practically relegated. We knew that they had to come and get some points. Losing today would mean they would be relegated to the Championship. And what does it mean for us? For us, mathematically at least, keeps the Champions League hopes alive. Although, for me, I'll real talk, guys. For me, that's done. How we are still, yes, mathematically it says it happened. It doesn't, it hasn't happened as yet. But, Aston Villa, again, I'll say again, real talk, are playing Liverpool on Monday night, and a win there would see them into the Champions League and us out of it. And to be honest with you, with Man City coming up, I'd rather it happen sooner than later, because there's absolutely no way I want us to do any favours to Arsenal. Listen, I don't really care. Everyone's saying, well, let's beat Man City and see, and the other results aside, let's see what happens. No. We had many chances to make the Champions League, and we've proved to this point that we just simply weren't good enough. The league standing don't lie. So I think with Europa it is. And listen, there's no shame in that, because I've always stated, as if we return to Europe, I said it at the beginning of the season, if we return to Europe, it would have been already a good, of course, given that happened where we was top of the league, for the 10 games, it was riding high, and then all of a sudden it just dipped massively. The second half of the season, it has to be said, it's been disastrous. So I can't honestly say that we've, Villa, I believe, have deserved the top 4 more than us in the course of the season. But look, I'm sure we'll have ample time to discuss all of this on the Monday night show, guys. So make sure you lock it in for that one. But let's get into the match, nonetheless. So we started with Vicario in goal, Porro, Van der Ven, Romero, and Skip surprisingly took the left back spot. Bissouma and Sarr, Maddison in midfield with Kulusevski, Brennan Johnson, of course, Son up top. Listen, Skip for me, and listen, I've had debate with other Spurs fans about it, even during the match. How could Dragusin be overlooked, especially to allow Skip to play in his place? Let me know what you guys think about this, by the way. Do you agree? Did you agree with that change with Postecoglou picking Skip at left back ahead of Dragusin? Meaning, how do I mean by that? Where would Dragusin have played left back? No, of course I don't. I would have put Dragusin at centre back and moved Van der Ven at left back against a practically relegated Burnley. I have to say, if Dragusin can't make the start in this sort of game, I don't know at this moment in time what we have brought him for, to do what exactly. What game time will he be getting? He's clearly not getting ahead of Van der Ven and Romero at centre back. So if he can only play if one of those 2 players are not available, he's not going to get a lot of games. So I thought today might have been an opportunity for Postecoglou to select him, at least from the start, give him some game time. He's been waiting patiently for so long. And I thought today should have been the day, given that there was a space at left, in the defence anyway. So shifting Van der Ven over and playing Dragusin against, I repeat, a practically relegated Burnley side at home would have been ideal. Let me know your thoughts on that one. Or do you agree with Postecoglou that he's right to play Skip, given that he had made a good impact in the previous game versus Liverpool? Your thoughts on that one there. Of course, in midfield we go with Bissouma, Sarr and Maddison, who comes back into the side following the last 2 exclusions from the start. And up front, Kulusevski, Son and Brennan Johnson. So, listen, we go 1-0 down. we had opportunities to score. We've so wasteful in front of goals. Unreal how wasteful we have been. The best chances have come to Brennan Johnson. But yes, as per always, high up, we lose possession, we lose the ball, get turned over, one ball in, and it gets, we concede yet again a goal that could have been massively avoided. And a lot of these goals that we concede nearly all the time is either a miss-hit pass or a misplaced pass, or we lose the ball and they quickly break. With us high up, right out of position, they get the goal. I found myself watching long periods of that first half, really switched off. I just didn't see, from an offensive point of view, how we was going to break them down. I thought we would struggle to break them down. So Porro's goal really did come out the best time it could have possibly come, because up until that point, I didn't see how we was going to score. With the odd opportunity that we had, we were being really wasteful. In the second half, it opened up a little bit more. We started to come out of the blocks, try to get the lead straight away. I thought their goalkeeper was really shaky, especially he was just it was really like hot and cold. He'd make some brilliant saves, but then with his feet, it was absolutely awful. And there was ample opportunities. They looked shaky, but we were wasteful. I think I remember what that Johnson one. Honestly, I was looking up in the sky and the sea. I was like, Jesus, I missed literally on the line. And then, of course, came the changes by moving Van de Ven and Son out wide, with Scarlett playing through the middle. We had so many opportunities leading up to that point, like a square ball with a tap in would have been, I think Son really got frustrated in one of them, where I think Kulusevski was a bit greedy and not giving him the ball. And there was other opportunities where we could have just played those balls in, but for some reason or another, we was looking to score. Those players on the board would go for glory. What Kulusevski did in that occasion. Again, another poor display from Kulu and Brennan Johnson. I have to say, our wide players, we can't seem to strike it lucky with any of them at the moment in a wider area. So Son himself looks like he's lost that little bit of sharpness, and he seems to have no power in his shooting, and you know what, it could be just one too many games this season. He's played literally every minute up front for us, and of course with South Korea earlier in the year, people will say, look, we've only got one game a week, that's no excuse. No, it's just my belief on what I'm seeing in regards to Son. I think this end of the season is coming. It can't come soon enough for him to recharge again. But so moving Van de Ven and Son on the left-hand side gave us a little bit more power from him. It was coming a lot more down the side. Mickey Van de Ven, again, guys, if this guy doesn't win Player of the Year, I really, really don't. Who will, listen, for me, him and Vicario have been our best players by a country mile. Vicario, again, people might have forgot, at one point in the first half, made a really point-blank save with a bullet header, tips it over always, there's not been a game where he hasn't had an important moment in a match where he's made a brilliant save or something. Yes, I know he didn't cover himself in glory with that header conceded by Salah, but generally over the course of the season, I think he's been a brilliant signing. But Van de Ven, of course, as I mentioned, has been my absolute player of the year, and it continues yet again to prove massive for us by getting the winning goal when it mattered. What a brilliant run, and to actually, it looked like he was going to take it on his right foot. He shuffled across and to place it with his left foot to generate that much power on his left foot in the way that he kind of shifted the body out. Really, 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 just a really small movement to open up his body and getting his shot in. Maybe a keeper could have done a little bit better, but I don't know, man. But I just think the fortune rewards the brave, and Van de Ven has been that player all year long. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant signing. Massive 3 points. That keeps our Champions League hopes alive. But we shall see what Monday night says between Aston Villa and Liverpool. As always, forever always, come on you Spurs.
The first game we look for, Robbie. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away.